Hello everyone, welcome back to the Budget Sportsman. Thank you so much for joining me on today's video. Today I want to give you my review of the WoSports G600 trail camera. Now full disclaimer, WoSports did send me this camera for review, but they are not paying me to make this video and they're certainly not telling me what to say. So being the Budget Sportsman, let's start by talking about price. At the time of making this video, the price on Amazon is $49.99, and you can get 5% off just by checking a little checkbox that says 5% off coupon that's right below the price on Amazon. The G600 here advertises 30 megapixel photos and 1080p video, but stay tuned because later in the video we'll check out the quality of the photos and the videos. The camera boasts a 0.2 second trigger speed, and it has a 120-degree wide-angle lens and has an 80-foot flash range. Now, one thing that I really appreciate about this camera is that it actually comes with a 32GB SD card at no extra cost, and for a guy with fat fingers, I really appreciate that they actually sent a full-size SD card, not a micro SD card. Next up, let's take a look at the build quality of this camera, and I'm actually really liking the camera. It has a nice looking camo pattern on the front. It does have a place for a cable lock on the back, and it utilizes one of my favorite designs for trail cameras. It has this door that swings open on this side, but all of the electronics, including the battery tray and everything, stay on this side, which would be strapped to the tree. That means you don't have the extra weight of the camera hanging out here when you open the door, and more importantly, it means that the camera and the screen are always pointed in the same direction, making it really easy to use the screen to aim the camera. A lot of them, the camera and the screen swing out to the other side, and when it's open, the screen just becomes a little bit useless. Now, obviously, since you don't have electronics on this side and the batteries on this side, you have to put the batteries somewhere. And they have this great little battery tray that you remove by pressing this eject button, and when you press it, the battery tray pops down a little bit, and you can see it kind of catches right there, and at that point, you can just grab the tray and pull it the rest of the way out. This is a super handy way to change out your batteries. Now, the button layout inside here is pretty good with clearly marked buttons. They're easy to press, and they provide a great tactile feedback click to confirm your button press even in cold weather or with gloves on. The menus on this camera are pretty straightforward. They're very similar to a lot of the other cameras I've tested over the last year or two. The menus are easy to navigate. My really only complaint is that navigating to the playback menu isn't readily obvious. You do that by pressing the OK button, which I guess should be simple and easy to figure out. It just took me a minute to figure it out the first time. Now let's go ahead and take a look at what you all really want to see, and that's the photos and videos out of this camera. I'm going to just let you see it. I'm not going to put any music with it. That way you can get a full experience of what you see and hear out of this camera. So what's my conclusion on this camera? Well, like I said earlier in the video, as far as the build quality and the design, this is really a nice little camera. It actually reminds me a lot of the Dr. Meter camera that I reviewed last year, but that camera hasn't been available on Amazon in quite some time now. And this camera actually, I think, is a little bit more robust, and it includes the cable lock here, which the Dr. Meter did not. Overall, the image quality on this camera isn't top of the line, but I would say it's very respectable. I think it's one of those cameras that gives you a lot of value. Now, sure, you can go to Walmart and buy a cheaper camera, but I think for just a little bit more money at $45 or $50, I think this camera gives you a lot nicer features with the built-in screen, more menu options, I think better image quality, and an overall really nice build. So let me know what you think of the WoSports G600 down in the comments, and until next time, remember to get off YouTube and get outdoors into God's great creation.